to today's class. In today's class, we are going to see about the history of income tax. So, how come the income tax started and what was the reason it came into existence? All those things we will see in detail in today's class. In 1857, there was a loss due to military mutiny. So the government were suffering from huge losses. So what happened, Sir James Wilson in 1860, he introduced this income tax just to generate revenue for the government. So it was his plan to collect some money in the name of tax from the people's hand who's earning income, and that revenue can be used for the government and for the upliftment of the country. So this was the origin how it came into existence. And in 1886 there was large number of amendments which were made, but a particular act was not there. So many amendments were there and so many changes were happening in each of the amendments. And in 1918 also the various amendments were replaced by an act, but that also they didn't follow. So there was some changes which was being implemented in that. And in 1922 a new income tax act was passed. That also was there for a very few period. And in 1956 the government referred the act to a law commission. So why they recommend to a law commission? In that case they can refer and make adequate changes. After that there should not be any changes in that. So in that sense they refer to the law commission. And in 1958 the law commission submitted the report. So what happened in 1961, after 3 years, in 1961 the income tax act 1961 was passed during the September. So we were continuously following those acts only for the purpose of the income tax. So this is the history of income tax. Now we will see about the features of income tax. So why income tax was, I said, what was the reason, how it came into existence. So after 1961, the act was passed and it came into existence from the 1962. So it is coming under, income tax is coming under a central act. So why we are calling income tax as a separate tax? So there are two different types of taxes. One is direct tax, another one is the indirect tax. Direct tax means the people who are earning income directly they are paying tax to the government. Indirect tax means for the products or services what we are using, we are indirectly paying tax through the product what we are buying. So income tax is an income which is earned by a particular person or an individual for which they are paying the tax. So income tax is coming under direct taxes. So how this tax is implied? So whatever income you are earning, for that income, this income tax rates will be applicable and you will be paying the tax. So how you will pay the tax? Every year, whatever income you are earning, for that you will be paying the tax. So this tax is calculated annually, that is every year. So each and every individual who is earning income, they are liable to pay tax. And the tax liability is depending upon the income whatever you are earning during the particular year. Means during the particular previous year, whatever income you are earning this year, you will be paying tax during the next year. And the rates of tax also, it depends on the uh, tax rates which is implemented during the particular year. So it is administered by the Central Board of Direct Taxes. Income tax is coming, it is administered by the Central Board of Direct Taxes. There are authorities, commissioners of income tax. They will be administrating the income tax procedures, policies, everything. Applicability, it is applicable to all the people who are earning income. So if they are earning income beyond the limit, in that case, they have to pay the tax depending upon the slab rates which is prescribed by the government. Now we will see about the different types of tax. So tax is divided into direct tax and indirect tax. And under direct tax, we are going to see about what is income tax, wealth tax, gifts tax, capital gain tax. And under indirect tax, we are going to see about value added tax, octroi tax, services tax, and custom duty. So now income tax is coming under direct tax. If you are able to understand direct, why we are calling it as direct tax, directly the person who's earning income, they are paying the uh, means tax to the government. Okay. Now we will see about the canons of taxation. This is like rights involved in the taxation policies. So now we will see about the canon of equality or ability. The policies or procedures which is framed to pay the tax, it should be in such a way that the people who are earning income, they should be able to pay the tax. Okay, it should not be overburden for them. So it is in such a way that they should they should be able to pay the tax. The next one is canons of certainty. So here we are going to see about canons of certainty. Means here they should know, if I'm earning an income, I should know how much amount approximately, or how much amount I should pay tax to the government. So it should be a certain rate or certain percentage fixed on the income. So the amount which is fixed, the income tax which is fixed, should be certain. So the person who is paying income, they will pay a certain percentage of tax to the government. So canon of certainty. The next one is canon of convenience. So the taxpayers should feel that the procedures and policies which are formulated or implemented is easy for them, or it is very convenient for them to follow and pay the tax. So it should not be too difficult or hard, or it should not be in such a way that it is very difficult for them to understand and apply the policy. So in the canon of convenience, what is mentioned here is the taxpayers should feel that it is very convenient for them to pay the tax. The policy should be very convenient. So canon of economy means the taxation policy, or the rate of tax or the revenue which is collected through the tax, it should grow eventually with the increasing population. Okay, the population is increasing, the tax, the revenue which is generated through tax also, it should grow eventually, depending upon the increase in the population. Okay, and the next one is tax of productivity. And here what we are going to see is the tax which is generated, I'm sorry, the revenue which is generated through tax, it should be productive. That should be useful for the state or the central government. So whoever is collecting tax, the revenue which is generated through the tax should be helpful for the state to implement in the various other sectors, for the improvement of the various sectors. The next one is canon of elasticity. Elasticity means here it should be very flexible for the taxpayers to be, means the tax policies changes every now and then. So it should be set in such a way that the policies or the procedures which are changed, it should be easy for them to adapt. And the next one is canon of simplicity. So simplicity here means the taxpayers feel that the rates or the changes in the income tax policies should be very simple. It is very simple, so that they can easily adapt to the changes, or they can easily accept the procedures and pay the tax to the government. So canon of flexibility. So all the taxpayers should feel that it is very flexible for them to pay the tax depending upon their income. So now we will see about the legal framework of income tax. So income tax is coming under the authority or guidance of Central Board of Direct Taxes. We call it as CBDT. So under that, we are going to see about two functions. One is administrative function, the other one is appellate functions. Administrative function means directly it is coming under the control of the authorities. Appellate function means appellate tribunals are there. So depending upon that appellate functions, the appeal can be made. So now we will see about the administrative functions. So under administrative functions, we are going to see about Director General of Income Tax, additional Director of Income Tax, Joint Director of Income Tax, Deputy Director of Income Tax, Assistant Director of Income Tax Officers, Tax Recovery Officers, and Income Tax Inspectors. All these authorities will come under administrative functions. And under appellate functions, we are going to see about the Commissioner of Income Tax, Additional Commissioner of Income Tax, and Joint Commissioner of Income Tax. In these two functions also, each and every authority, they have certain rights and responsibilities which they can execute in the collection of taxes. Okay, so here they have the all these authorities, they have the right to issue order, they have the right to extend the appeals for the previous various years, up to 2 years or 3 years, or they have the right to issue the there is police to take an action, or like that. They have so many rights and powers or responsibilities which they can execute. So here these authorities, they have certain responsibilities. Appellate, under appellate functions, the commissioner of income tax, additional commissioner of income tax, and joint commissioner, they have separate rights. So here, depending upon the appeal, depending upon the number of days they can appeal. First appeal they can go within 30 days, second appeal within 60 days, third appeal within 120 days, and final appeal within 90 days. So depending upon that, then they can go to the Supreme Court. Depending upon the number of days, the appeal will be means they can move forward to get the solution, and the commissioners can take the final decision. When it comes to the administrative functions, these authorities, they have certain rights and responsibilities. So each authority is given with a certain powers. So in that case, see, suppose if you are not paying the tax, then if you're means if you're not paying the correct amount, or if you're not able to submit the copies or proofs of whatever income you have earned or savings is there, or whatever expenses you are spending, in that case, what are the different actions that can be taken? All these things will be considered or taken care by the Director General of Income Tax or Director of Income Tax. So there are the legal framework is divided into two types. One is administrative function and one is appellate function. So depending upon the issue, depending upon the days, and depending upon the priority, these authorities will be taking the actions. Thank you.